we want to do a scene for you. And the whole part of the website is to have a emotional raw scene based off of your idea. So they're like, Adriana, remember when you were telling everybody how you got held up in Australia? And the director was actually my best friend's girlfriend at the time. So she knew everything that happened to me in Australia. And I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh, that was so crazy, right? And then when I got to set the next day, we were shooting a scene that was me getting stuck inside an investigation interrogating room for hours, and them like fisting me, and then having to cry and be like upset and have the sex scene. And I was like, looking back at it, I was like, this director literally will get girls, ask them what their traumatic experiences are, and then make you relive your traumatic experience in porn and say, oh, well, we're giving the power back. Like they wanted to share that emotional story with the world, and we're giving the power back to them for showing that emotional story. Like who the fuck is, I'm trying to think of the other girl. Like there's another girl that was Mormon, and her priest molested her, right? So then they booked her to do a scene where she was a Mormon religious girl and her priest molested her, but she was into it. But they make you like cry in the scenes, and they ask you to make it really dramatic. So I'm like, fuck you and fuck your company. And other girls just haven't caught on, or they don't have the gall, or they're afraid to stand up and say like, fuck this company, and to call them out. I've actually blacklisted them. Yeah, it was Alina Lopez. Like, it's not cool. Like, and you know, in front of a camera, she's going to say like, oh yeah, it was my idea. And like, you know, blah, blah, blah. It just like happened. But the reality is it didn't just happen. Those things actually affected you enough to carry it into your adulthood life, to carry it into your sexual adulthood life, to the point where you mention it and then it gets used as a tool to make money off of, is fucked up. It's fucked up. It's so fucked up. I wish that company would fucking go down, man. I hate him so much. It's revolting. It is. It's super crazy. All those scenes on Pure Taboo are like that. So if you guys watch Pure Taboo, you shouldn't. You should not watch Pure Taboo, because a lot of these girls live these things you're watching, and they just are afraid to say no. Fetish trauma. Yeah, sounds like fetishing trauma. Exactly. That's 100% what it is, Lispy. If it is what it is, if that's where I saw you start. It is what it is, if that's where I saw you start. Well, yeah, but she wanted to call the LSD church out. Yeah, but you should do that, like, content with a purpose. By reliving your trauma is not content with a purpose. That's content for somebody else to make money off of the back of your traumatic experience and convince you that it's a good thing, when really years later it's going to catch up to you. Because why am I talking about that scene now, 5 years after it happened? Because when I look back at it, I'm like, yo, I was exploited, right? But you won't see that until you're older and able enough to like look back at it. If you want to call the LDS church out, then you need to do it publicly in like a fucking proper way, or legally. Yeah, not empowerment either. Exactly. People can be put into positions where saying no is not an option. 100%. It's because you think that your livelihood depends on working for this company or this brand. So you don't want to say no, because you're afraid that if you don't do or go along with this brand or this company, that you're not going to get hired again. And most of these companies don't just own one website, they own a conglomerate of them, right? So if you blacklist yourself from one website, you blacklist yourself from probably like 10 websites at a time. So when I blacklisted like Pure Taboo, when I was like, you know, fuck Brie Mills, the director over at Pure Taboo, like fuck her, and I don't like her company and everything that they shoot, I was blacklisted from not just one website and her, I was blacklisted from the company that owns her website as well, which is HardX, and all those other literally the parent company of browsers. Well, now more girls can say no and just stream like you. We have more opportunities for girls on Twitch. Wish you could promote more of that. Me too, me too. I tell girls all the time to get on Twitch, and I have a lot of girls that when they come here and they try out Twitch, they want to do it. The problem is to stream and have a setup that's like usable and functioning is a lot to understand and a lot to try and figure out. And you have to be willing to sacrifice some of your immediate money for long-term investments, right? And that's really hard for people to see or want to do as well. How do you feel about upcoming Twitter content creators? Do you feel like they're messing up the game? What do you mean by that? Twitter? Thank you for the 20 bits, by the way. Naughty America is a good company. Naughty America is a good company. We should download Monopoly and play it? Yeah, of course you can get blacklisted for standing up for yourself. My early streams were terrible. Oh, so my question, guys. So what is view botting? Because ever since obviously everyone's seen the train wreck stuff and all the bullshit that's going on there, what is view botting? Like, what the fuck is view botting? I don't understand what it is. It's how do you view bot? Oh, I think it's great. If you want to do sex work and you're making a name without doing mainstream, fuck yeah. I think that's amazing. I think it's amazing to do what you want and make your name for it. I'm all for it. It doesn't mess up the porn game. View botting is bad. Using bots to get views. So one person sets up what? How do you view bot on Twitch? That's what I'm saying. I don't want to do it. I'm just saying I don't understand it because I've just been seeing so many stuff. Using bots to increase your views. But how though? You buy viewers. You find a company and then they just have a bunch of, oh, they run servers that have fake accounts. So then nobody's talking in your chat. That's what they mean, why no one's interacting in your chat. That's what I was hearing about Codex. They have embedded a video playing on their website, and any person on their website is counted as a number. Oh, so why can't Twitch just eliminate that embedment? But what does that get you besides the algorithm? Maybe on Twitch will push you up so you're findable more, but does that make you more money? If you're investing in a company to get you views, then are you even making money on the back end for subscribers? What's the point of view botting? To get endorsements?